Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my Aero chocolate gift. So it's a lovely little, I suppose, book type box, and inside houses a full-sized chocolate Aero bar. I'll undo the ribbon because it's nice, but this has got the mint one in because I've used the green, and as you can see it's got the DSP inside as well as outside. So it makes it really pretty, and see, it fits a good sized chocolate bar just inside there, and then we obviously just tie it up and keep it all pretty and tidy. So it's really simple. Well, it's not really simple, that's probably a little bit of a fib. The measurements aren't simple, but it's simple enough to make. More fingers than thumbs this morning. Come on, little bit of ribbon. Might just leave this one for one side for the minute. Okay, so I have made one in centimetres. As you know, it's this is the celebration, but it was just the retired DSP that I had. I always save my retired DSP to use for things like this, just to make up mock versions. But yeah, this is the centimetre version, so as you can see, it's still, I haven't glued the liner in, hence this bit here. But I just wanted to make sure the measurements fit, but it still holds chocolate bar exactly the same, and it will still just tie up the same as well. So, chocolate one. 3 of these I've now got. How good is that? Okay, so for the liner, for the little in a box, if you like, that holds your chocolate bar, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 5 1/4, or in centimetres it will be 13.5 by 22. Now, your scoring board might not be useful for all measurements because some of my measurements are odd, so you probably will need your trimmer for that, but I can do it with this one. So the inner box, 8.5 by 5 1/4, 13.5 by 22, and we're going to score all the sides at 3/4 of an inch or 2 centimetres. So this is the simple bit. Working out all the sizes wasn't quite the simplest, but we got there. Okay, so fold and burnish our score lines, and this is Cinnamon Cider, one of the lovely in colours that we're going to have around for another 12 months, well, a little bit longer, maybe 13 months, 14 months. Excuse me. So, trim the corner squares into our wedges and just adhere them together. Simple as that. Get rid of that rubbish. Okay, so my Seal Plus. Do you know, I still struggle to remember the name of this. Isn't it ridiculous after all this time? So, Seal Plus, and just make up these corners. And then I'm actually going to use our good old tear and tape. Not had this out for ages and ages, but what I'm going to do is I need to cut enough to fit on here. So you're going to put this now on all of your 4 sides. So literally just, I'm not going right to the top, just leaving a very small gap. And when I did the sides, I did actually find that instead of wrestling with a long piece of tear and tape, that I actually used 2 lengths. Still does the same job, it still works the same. And it's just there to hold your liner in place. That's all. So just pop that on there. Oh, how have I lost the end so quickly? There we go. Okay, so pop that onto there. And we'll just leave this to one side for a moment because we need to do the DSP. Now you will need your trimmer for this one. Oops, I'm knocking my cup of tea all over the place. So your liner is 5 1/8 of an inch by 8 1/4 inches, which is 13 by 21.5 centimetres. And we're going to be really awkward and we're going to score all the sides at 11/16 of an inch or 1.9 centimetres. So yeah, I'm not very good at knowing exactly where all these measurements are. So 11/16, I'm just going to work backwards. 11, so it's just before, it's the 1 mark before the 3/4 line. So I'm just going to score all of my 4 sides, and that's why I said you'll need your trimmer, which will make life a lot easier with these measurements. Okay, then we're just going to repeat exactly what we did. I'm in need of a new grid pad. I literally have 4 pages left, so there's no weight to it and it's just sliding. But I will not give up until I've used these 4 pieces. So fold and burnish. I've actually done this the wrong way round because I wanted the sprinkles. So I'm just going to quickly go round and fold that the right way. And then we're going to cut exactly the same again. Cut the corners into wedges. And this is ice cream corner DSP that I'm using here, which I thought kind of had a Eastery feel to it with the sprinkles and the stripes and the bright colours. I don't know, maybe it does. It was my best attempt at Easter anyway, because I don't really have anything that's particularly Easter. Right, so with this one, we're actually going to put the adhesive on the side of the paper that we want to see. So I'm just going to use my seal for this one. As I say, it's going on the side we want to see, and then we're just going to tuck them to the back. Okay, and this actually works so that when your box is together, you don't see the tabs on the inside because they're on the outside. So tuck them around and then bring your base back, and if all goes to plan, it should sit nicely inside. So all you need to do now is grab something to take the backing off your adhesive, off your tear and tape, and I'm just literally going to work my way along now. Put that one on. Oh, my cat started to shout. That'll be fun. It's usually the dog's barking, but the cat is going to start shouting, I think, now. So I've done those bits, and then I'm just going to do these long edges here, and I'm going to take them both off at the same time. There's no, you don't need to stick one down before you take the other off. And then the last one here. Oh, he's sitting on the stairs behind me, looking at me. He's a very noisy cat. Oh, come on, that's all got stuck. Right. So, there we have our liner. And then I'm just going to pop my chocolate bar inside. And that's the base of it made. So now we just need to make the folder part. And so for that, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 8 13/16 of an inch by 7 1/4, or 23 by 19 centimetres. And we're going to score on the long side at 4 inches. Oops. At 4 inches and 4 7/8. And in centimetres that will be 10.5 and 12.5 centimetres. Fold and burnish these, and then I'm going to bring in my beautiful trio punch here and just round these corners. And then while I have this here, my DSP that is 8 5/8 by 7 1/4 or 18.5 by 22, I'm also going to round all the corners while I have my punch at the ready. Come on, in you go. Don't play the game. Okay, so that's that bit done. Pop that to one side for a moment. So with your DSP, now that we've rounded the corners, we are going to score this one at 3 7/8 of an inch and 4 13/16, which is the mark after the 3/4, and that will be 10 and 12.1 centimetres. So again, we're going to fold and burnish these, and then we're going to stick some adhesive on here, stick some down the spine here onto all of the pieces, because obviously they're all going to be stuck down across there. Ooh, crikey, you get very stuck up on this one. And then I want to use my grid paper and my Seal Plus, and I'm going to mark, or should I say add some tape to the centre point, which is about 3.5 inches. So I don't know if you can see now, I have 2 strips going across that way, and these are for my ribbon. So I'm just going to cut 2 lengths of ribbon. I've not really given them a size measurement per se, just long enough so I know that it will tie, because I can trim them once it's done anyway. And then the first thing I'm going to do is stick the centre in place. So I'm going to hold both of these in place here, and then I sort of line up. There's not a lot of excess, and then I'm going to fold this up and over, and now I can press that down, and then that one, and then this one. Okay, and there you have your folder with your ribbon, and then we just need to stick this in place. So again, I'm just going to grab my Seal Plus and go down the spine, because I want that to stay adhered, and then across the back here. Just remember not to go too close to the edge, because you don't want it to sort of overstick the oh, come on, why do you do this? It does make me cross. Okay, and then you're just going to again line it up with the crease, and once you are fairly happy with it, give it a press down on the chocolate to hold it in place, and then obviously when you open it up, you've got your nice chocolate bar in place. Let's tie this up. Probably tie this really well now, since as I was fumbling with the other one. It was just too early, I think. There we go. And I actually don't need to trim any of that ribbon. And then just to decorate it, I've gone with still with the sweet ice cream stamp, and then I've got the stitched nested labels here. So the larger one is for my cinnamon cider, my white one is for the sorry, the smaller one is for the white one. And then I've gone with Thank You. Just give my Stamp and Scrub a little miss. Blackberry Bliss, in keeping with the ribbon. So, thank you. Give that a clean. And then I also added, when I can find it, with sprinkles on top. There it is. Give that a clean. And then all I need to do is just die cut these. I've got my little mini that will fit these perfectly. So let's hope I don't have the dramas that I had the other week with this. Probably helps if you put the die the correct way round. Right, let's see if we can get this to play today. Is it going to... Honestly, do you know what? I did this the other day and I thought, right, this is making me cross now. Why is this not working? So, for some reason, it works when I put it in this side. It doesn't really make any difference to me, but apparently it works that way. Bizarre, I know, but it works. Right, that's that one. Don't need that. And then this one, just need to trim that card off. Let's go back through this side because we know it works that way. Okay, so make sure that's straight. Honestly, it baffles it, doesn't it? Baffles it. I could turn the machine around and it would still work this way, but for some reason, it must be the way I do it, it doesn't like it the other way. How bizarre. Right, let's get rid of all of this. And then all I need to do now is throw some dimensionals on it. So 3 on that one. Onto there. And then dimensionals on here too. You can never have too many dimensionals if you ask me. This will sit on the back. If you wanted to add some bling and glitter, then feel free, but I quite liked it as it was, just like that. And here is my other one. Let's do this bow up properly now. Yeah, it was just not enough tea, I don't think. But there we have it. There are my 2 Aero chocolate gifts. Hope you like them. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all again soon.